Okay.
Hi, Erika. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Hi, everybody. Here we are, Vida Loca coaches, sharing with us kind of our credibility, why we're here. So today, Melba's going to ask me some questions, and we're going to talk about our mission.
Yes, thank you. So, yes, again, Melba Stats, Erika Lopez at Vida Loca Coaches at gmail.com. Y estamos en YouTube también. Eh, we're in YouTube also. Erika, could you please tell us why last time we talked about our mission and our vision for what we're doing this podcast and this YouTube, but could you please consider sharing anything from your history, from your past that help you also make this happen?
Yes, I decided to work with my really close friend, Dr. Melba Stetz, and me together because we want to help people um, understand why things happen, why they keep making the same mistakes, why their life doesn't change, all those things. I grew up as a child. I was 5 years old. My mother died. My father was an alcoholic. I was also sexually abused during that time. And I grew up with that trauma. And I grew up thinking that that dysfunction was normal. You know, I always tell my students you can find out a lot about yourself if you wrote down a list of your exes, because each of them have one thing in common, and that's you. And so for me, every,
Yeah.
every single relationship I had, there was something wrong. Okay. And the guys that were nice to me, that loved me, I couldn't receive their love. So I would friend zone them. And that's pretty common. A lot of girls like me who suffered a lot of trauma, they don't know how to receive love. Okay. They struggle with accepting love. So when they have a guy who's nice, they're like, ooh, that's weird. And really, it's just the uncomfortableness because they're not used to being loved. And so, one of the biggest lessons that I had to learn was that love is about giving, but it's also about learning how to receive, to have a healthy relationship. And so, for me, I was married in a really bad marriage for about 16 years. My husband was an alcoholic, and he was also very, extremely, constantly unfaithful. And a lot of times, we want to villainize the ex-husband, but the truth is that we were both very, very broken. Okay. you know Men that are like that, it's because of their trauma, their damage, and they don't have the capacity to love in a healthy way. Okay. Me, I stayed and I was in that relationship because I was repeating the pattern of my father. My father was a good man in the sense that he did the best he could with what he knew, but he also was alcoholic. So for me, I felt that my father loved the alcohol more. Okay. I didn't understand. And as a child doesn't get it, right? That he had an addiction, that it was a disease. You know, for me, it was he was choosing alcohol over me. And so therefore, the relationships that I had, one, I was an overgiver. I gave and gave and gave. I was like, love me, please love me, love me, please love me, please love me, you know. And um and I did everything I could to keep the relationship, whether it was bad or whether it was dysfunctional. I did everything I could. I didn't have the courage to leave my marriage. What happened to me was that God did for me what I couldn't do for myself. And when my ex-husband finally left, it was a really dark, difficult point in my life, but it allowed me to rise from the ashes, like they say, the phoenix rises from the ashes, and start my journey of healing. Okay. I had to understand for myself why I made the choices I made. And when I did like a family tree, going back on both sides of my family, I was really fully aware, and I was like conscious of the fact that there was no other future for me because at that point I had addiction on both sides of the family, and that's what was normal to me. Okay. And so what I
Mm.
realized is that when you grow up and your subconscious is formed, unless you heal, you'll repeat those patterns. And that's what happened to me. And then I did a lot of work. I did group therapy. I did a bunch of literature books. I did single therapy. But I think the thing that was really monumental for me was that I had a coach. And my coach is what was the big change, because my coach really showed me the what a healthy relationship should be like. And that's why for me, I'm a coach as well, because I want to help people not have to go through this long road to figure it out. There's a lot of corners you can cut if you're able to have some guidance and some learning, so that somebody can help you find your way through. So,
Wow, so moving. So sorry. On the other hand, what an example. I commend you. I applaud you for being able to rise, like you said, like a phoenix. And now you're an example for your daughters and for other women. So I'm very proud of you. So your message is that anyone can get up and move on. What's your
yeah,
message?
you have to heal.
Heal.
I always tell my students, for everything that happened to you, I am very, very sorry. But it is your responsibility to heal. It is your responsibility to take those actions. You have to recognize, all right, if you have three ex boyfriends and they all cheated, there is something wrong. And I know we want to say there's something wrong with them, and yes, they are. But the truth is that there's something wrong inside you that you need to heal. Something happened to you. And I was sharing earlier that I have a 30-minute free consultation for anybody who needs help. And so my brother called me and said, I need you to talk to this lady. And so I'm on the phone with her. And it turns out that the person that she lives with has been cheated on her. And so I'm talking to her and I said, wait a minute, when in your life did you feel the same way? And she said, well, no, I had good parents and I had a good life. And I go, I understand that. But somewhere in your childhood, this happened to you. No, it's never. Okay, let me think. I said, your uncle, your brother, your sister, somebody hurt you. Oh, my brothers. Okay. See, this isn't
Uh-huh.
about what's going on with this boyfriend of yours. This is what's going on about your brothers. Your brothers made you feel not good enough. They made you feel unlovable. Therefore, as a child, you didn't understand that, and you took that belief and you brought it into your adulthood. I said, until you heal that, the next person's going to be the same.
That's true.
And I told her, I said, it's not your fault, but you need to find healing for what happened to you with your brothers, because they made you believe that you weren't good enough. Therefore, the people you date reflect that same message to you. And so and she did feel better after I talked to her, and really it was kind of like a light bulb moment for her when she realized. And I told her, you had guys like you or love you, but you keep them as friends. No, Amma, look deep. I'm sure there was guys that, yeah, I did have a couple friends that I couldn't date. I go, you
Hmm.
couldn't date them because you were so used to that belief that when they were nice to you, it made you feel so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And so, I'm really grateful that I talked to her, because going through that is really traumatic. At the same time, it's a message. Okay, when you have dysfunctional relationships and you have several, it's a message for you that you need to heal, or you're going to keep repeating the pattern, keep repeating, trying to prove that what happened to you as a kid was wrong when you have nothing to prove. Okay, what I told her, what your brothers did was wrong. It has nothing to do with you having to prove it.
Hmm.
And so, I really want to tell everybody out there that, if you've been cheated on, ooh, I guess we lost Melba, so let me just kind of close this out. If you've been, oh, there, here she comes. I was like, well, what happened to Melba? Technical difficulties. It's okay. We're fine. We're fine. What I wanted to say, I want to tell everybody out there, if you've been cheated on, it's a message. Okay, it's a message to you that you need to heal. It's not your
Yeah,
fault. It's not your fault. Could have been perfect, and they still would have done it. The message is that you need to find what happened in your childhood that made you believe that you didn't deserve to be treated well, and then start healing that.
exactly.
And then you can reprogram yourself subconscious, and then start receiving love.
Exactly. Great, great, great advice. Thank you so much. And she, even though she maybe right now she said she doesn't have the money or the time to do it, you help her heal, and hopefully in the future she'll move forward with whatever, or just continue her modus operandi if that's what she wants.
It's a choice. Yeah, absolutely.
It's
It's a
a
choice.
choice.
It's a choice.
Life
And
is too short to not to live good.
yeah, it's your choice to continue and keep learning the hard way, or to really look at yourself and see, okay, what trauma am I still carrying? You know,
Yeah,
a lot of times we don't forgive, and that's trauma. When you don't forgive, you're holding on to all this poison that's in your body because you can't forgive this person, you can't forgive that person, and it's poisoning you.
that's true.
So, and I know it happens when with children, we carry this trauma, and then we want to live our life, and then we wonder why our life is falling apart. So it's our job to find healing so that we can have peace. Well,
Thank you so much for that beautiful message. Thank you for sharing. I'm sorry about what happened to you and her. However, I'm very proud that you were able to get up and move on, and now you're helping and empowering others. So hopefully, our audience will continue this trend. And remember, everyone, you can send us email at vidalocacoaches@gmail.com. We're bilingual.
absolutely. Send us messages. We'll try to resolve whatever issues you have. We have a lot of experience between the both of us, and we are able to help as much as we can. We're here, and and do us a favor, share our videos. Okay, share our videos, because you don't know whose life you could be changing. you know Infidelity is extremely, extremely traumatic, and if you share this video, maybe we can give hope to some person that feels like their world is falling down, just because they need to realize that it's not about this guy cheating. Even though it feels like it, this guy cheating is triggering you, and triggering the pain that happened to you as a child.
That's true.
And so if you were able to discover that, then you have hope to heal. So, all
Yep.
right. Well, thank you
Thank you
guys.
so much. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye bye.